In the series, Javi puts it in the air, Muhammad and Wallace. Now Tim Duncan guarded by Rasheed Wallace. Ginobili goes by Prince, drops it off underneath for Duncan, and
nothing is there. Take it to the basket. Now you can see Detroit. This is where they have excelled in games 3 and 4. They were diminished in the first half.
That was a 3-second violation, and here's
4 rounds of the playoffs, right around.
Phillips goes all the way in.
48 minutes, they've been able to wear the Spurs down.
On the switch now, Duncan guards Prince. Prince shoots over him. He had his moments and has been very good defensively. Going to work on Duncan and dropping. So it's 8-4.
No double team.
Duncan one-on-one with Wallace and
Ginobili and Parker.
And that's been the case through the games here in Auburn.
The immediate move.
And contested by Wallace, and Phillips will lead the break. And Phillips for a 3.
They come right. Duncan brings this with the right hand back to Wallace. Wallace has been able to get that shot. And then right here, this is Phillips' game. He's won it
in the thigh early in game 3. Everybody's saying he's fine, but you tell me. Here's Duncan putting it in with the rebound. Ginobili through the lane, a running left.
Most of all, getting into the painted area with some scores. And then as he gains...
Who is out for a moment, comes back in.
There it is again.
Rasheed Wallace, and it's tipped back, as has been the case all series long, on Hamilton like a glove. Now Tony Parker gets a screen and puts one in. Did a lot more, and he told Michelle before the game, Popovich and Duncan will be big tonight. Here's Big Ben.
Is rotating on the baseline to help out. Now this is just a great move by Chauncey Billups. And
Ori now for San Antonio.
Excellent defense on Rip Hamilton that time. That was a tough move.
Tony Parker that time. Ginobili to the hoop, and this time get off the bench. Ginobili all the way left-handed. So
look for the kick out to the perimeter shooting of Barry and Ori.
Here's McDyess. Nice. Slipped a little. Gets it in.
That is only their 3rd turnover. Big thing. Cut down the turnovers. Take care of your board.
Point lead now for Detroit.
Oh,
and that's tipped back to tie the game here. Kicked out to Parker, and he does. Ginobili.
So there's your switch. That's it. You got to get it there.
Duncan gets it over to Ori. Shot clock down to 7. Back out to Manu. Quick pass to Bowen.
Beautiful. Double team open up the 3-point shot.
Barry ready to come back into the game. Underneath McDyess. Off.
That's where Detroit has been big. Remember now, they have been a monster on the offensive glass.
Parker gets it. Then underneath to Ben Wallace. And it comes back to San Antonio. And Ginobili and Parker 2-on-1 on Hamilton, with Prince coming in the left
side and finish with the left. Beautiful.
Hamilton. Richard loses him, can't get it to drop. Followed by Rasheed Wallace, doesn't go. Duncan the outlet to Brown. Now here's Barry, and sooner Wallace on him and over him. It's swung around to Hunter, who lays it off for Big Ben underneath, and he can't get free. That's blocked. Phillips has it and gets it to drop during the regular season. The ball was touched by Barry, so there's no double. We're trying to do damage with Duncan and Bowen on the bench.
Now, this is just a great read by Billups. He had a mismatch. He's going to the rim because he knows that Rasheed Wallace has parked.
Hamilton off that curl, feeds Rasheed over Duncan for the first, caught it up 6 times. Make it 7 now, and that steal by Prince. Nice. With Hamilton and Wallace 3-on-1.
I've just come to life here now in the last 6 minutes. He wants to see more of this.
Here's Parker now. 15-5 with the series tied 2-2, and it's the first of those 24 tied at the half, which Hamilton
there, and then equals the turnover. Good to see him get off to a nice quick move.
Bowen hands it underneath to Muhammad, and Nazi with Chauncey Billups, MVP of last year's finals, has 11 points and now make it
Missed the cutter. Ginobili was open.
Gets by Hamilton and Bowen. All best of history games
That is your
in
switch.
the series. In the Detroit into the series, and Mohammed puts it to the third quarter. Day off tomorrow. 6th game on Tuesday. Ginobili in the lane, puts up a prayer. Duncan is there.
Duncan and Mohammed, it's tough to shoot up over the top.
Ginobili to Bowen from the corner, loves it there. Detroit 11-6, and the Spurs in Game 5 lead by 5. Thursday night on ABC, same time. Here's Ginobili. Bowen drives on Hamilton, goes all the way in. Wallace by Duncan to score.
Now this is just a strong move. They're going to Rasheed, trying to get him off to start. He was 3 for 9 for halftime. You can see he can finish in the lane. You've got to get Duncan to
syllable. It's Sheed, it's not Rasheed. It's ships as in championships. As
right after burying the backcourt, force him to give it up.
Bowen wide open. Ginobili with the rebound underneath the Duncan. Phillips. Hamilton gets free, loses Bowen.
Now just keep an eye to the left of the screen. See, when he's coming up, see, Duncan cannot give the help because they've been burning him on Rasheed Wallace and McDuck.
Horry inside. Duncan from the lane. Game.
You get the mismatch now. They've had this a couple of times.
Chauncey Billups on the mismatch, knocked away Rasheed Wallace. Hunter 2-on-1 with Hamilton. Then he feeds back to the trailer. Billups
over his shoulder. Now just keep an eye. Watch Rasheed. Now he looks back for the trailer. See, he took a look for him. Here he comes right there, and a great finish.
Parker takes it. Tony's going to drive. He's going to lay it off for Horry. Three-pointer on the way. Got it with one. Tony Parker had no points. Nor did Ginobili in that third quarter, and then Horry.
2 threes. But pressure, clock going down, he's the man.
Hamilton. Over to Hamilton. He's picked up by Duncan on the switch at the baseline.
There's a clear out.
He goes by him. Horry comes in to help, but they drop it on.
Going to the. Keep an eye here now to right in the middle of your screen. See, Horry came right over, allowed McDyess to step it in. Unfortunately, that one just did not go down for him, but he had a high percentage shot.
Duncan underneath from Horry.
And the block shots, total game. He's really leading by example.
21 points and
plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Prince drives, lays it up.
The pass to Tayshaun Prince, but unfortunately the ball was knocked loose.
It's the Duncan Wallace show again.
Yeah, they got a little confused here on this staggered screen.
Under 7 minutes to play. Pistons by 2. Ginobili drives.
Side, he dips that shoulder. This is the second time tonight where he draws the contact. See, right there. And then he forces it.
The only other team to do it back in 1955. As the Fort Wayne Pistons before moving to Detroit. Here's Chauncey Billups. Big Ben underneath.
Big Ben with the quick feet. He does all the intangibles. He keeps balls alive. Gets you the second shot attempt.
Here's Duncan missing. Duncan keeps it alive. And Duncan.
It's a terrific effort by Duncan. All right, he misses the shot. Now just watch. Before that, he missed the shot.
So the Spurs will go to the line for the rest of the fourth. Antonio on Tuesday night. Ginobili. Horry with Rasheed Wallace. Now with 14 fouls, so they'll shoot free throws the rest of the way. Crowd quiets down. Horry leaves it now for Ginobili. Prince stays with him. Mono's going to
top. The defender thought he had him. That was a difficult shot. And you really must clear up how you're covering pick and roll.
Whether to be 4% career free throw shooter. First time he's been to the line tonight.
Timeouts. they have used their 20 seconds.
Neither team with a foul to give. Will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
He did not come across the lane. Chauncey made the perfect pass.
Ginobili lays one up short.
Offensive board.
Ori seeking his 6th championship ring, has 10 points in the quarter. Chauncey
Either post, run a spin move, or take Parker off the dribble.
30 for him.
With the clock going down.
Now Chauncey Billups, 30 points tonight. He'll draw a 9 from the line. 0 for 5 in the quarter from the line. With the 6 seconds. He's not setting the screen. Ginobili drives all the way, and it's blocked underneath. And the rebound. Billups. Tayshaun Prince will shoot.
Now, we'll see Gabby saying that he grabbed him. He grabbed him, went up, and so they're calling it a shot. I like what the fact that's the first time that they actually stopped their movement. The other times they were moving
on the clock.
It's got to happen quick.
Receipt on Duncan. 3 on the clock. A minute and a half to go. Bowen kicks it back out. Ori.
Now they have Prince on Ginobili, Hunter on Parker.
Here's Ginobili.
Oh, they
to Ori for 3. Long, you would think. And with the bum shoulder as well. Here he is. I mean, just clutch shot after clutch shot.
The old story, the most dangerous guy is the guy out of bounds. And that time they put the ball right into the corner. And then as they trap down, they go away from Robert Ori. You know. Bringing Chauncey Billups. He was trying to come up the middle.
And here is Hamilton now. Hamilton with an elbow into the face of Parker. Can't make the shot. Bowen comes away with it.